grabbing financial incentives and putting these highly profitable facilities in place, anticipated the NYSERDA for sure. But why do I say how irresponsible it is? 4-hour storage confers no benefit whatsoever on renewable energy. It does not sustain renewable energy. It confers no worthwhile benefit on the electric grid and absolutely none to the community in which it is sited. A number of well-meaning people have been beguiled and confused by the notion that this is somehow an asset and a benefit to targets. I don't mean to hurt their feelings, but they are working from incomplete information, all of which is wrong. So, what do I have to say about this? The new standard is 100-hour non-lithium battery storage. You have battery storage at all. On the existing array, mostly in California, at least 40% of the time, they are used for rate arbitrage. That is to say, buy the dirty hour overnight, and there's certainly no solar going on of any description, and resell at the convenience of the operator during the next day when electricity is most valuable. And they're proud of this. It's part of their profit motive. It's part of their profit picture. It is what they want to be in sovereignty to do. The more serious problem is known only to parties such as myself, to those in our industry. The nearly brand new Central Hudson substation is an asset for higher renewable energy and clean energy development potential, and projects such as this inherently worthless net camp solar array and this very, very unsuitable and even more worthless battery array. Projects like that will attempt to intrude into this wonderful asset which needs to be preserved by local and industrial policy for electricity generation, which is
This is
environmental.
feedback pretty bad.
Yeah, could we
I don't know how to get rid of the feedback.
interrupt and just tell him
Is his
Oh,
volume
it's on his end?
it's
I don't know what it is, but it's
No,
on
it's
his
not.
end.
Is his volume on his computer on? If it is, he should mute himself
You can't.
on his computer.
Can you turn the volume down on your computer because it's creating something's creating a lot of feedback, and if we don't get it under control, we won't unfortunately be able to do any Q&A with you.
If he's on the phone, it should help.
I'm speaking to you from my iPhone. I don't know what to say.
No, it's
no, we'll have to redo this.
I think what we're gonna do, I think you made your point, and I hate to do this, but technical issues, meaning that doing the Q&A may not really be feasible at this time, Randolph, because there is a lot of feedback in the room. Yeah, it seems a bit, just keep going a little bit more now and see what happens.
All right. So the point I would make to the audience, and I would make to anybody else who resides in Target, the future of that substation is that it is interconnected with the 345,000 volt transmission line that runs from Athens, New York, all the way down to Nance Hammer Point. It is an asset which the town did not create, but from which the town has benefited greatly from good planning and good policy. So I would say this battery plant, not only in Saugerties, but everywhere in the state of New York, needs to be
Thank you.
That should, I
I
think.
think we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
All right, I think it's, Randolph, I'm so sorry, but we did the technical issues. Oh, hang on. Randolph, I'm so sorry, we're gonna have to end this segment. The technical issues are making people ready to tear their hair out because we're all getting feedback. But everybody did listen very carefully, and we'll make sure that we set it up properly the next time we do a session, which I think having a session dedicated to some of these ideas and an exchange of information with other people that might have other ideas might be a good future use of your time and people's time. So thank you so much, Randolph. Oh, absolutely, yes, please listen in. We're gonna hand over now to Eves. Thank you so much, Randolph.
Okay, our next speaker is Eve McCall. He's a Socrates resident and an environmental specialist.
Oh, do you need the screen?
There you go, just take a little bit. Here, you can have a seat.
Is it this good?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Well, we've been talking this evening about largely lithium batteries, and they are coming to our neighborhood here. So why? The electric grid wastes energy when it's not used. So the plan is to capture energy that would be wasted and to return it to the grid when needed. And when I say grid, it's the electrical grid. And what's happening, they buy low at night and they sell it high during the day, mostly on hot days, and you need to cool off. 6,000 battery sites are being planned for New York State. That's quite a bit. The sites need to be located in the nearest substation so that they can pull the electricity and then send it back into the grid when it's needed. Nearby, sites are being considered. Ulster, the town of Ulster should have 2 sites. One is the high school. That's all the time in the press. The second one is also from time to time in the press. It's behind Home Depot and ShopRite in that neighborhood. Newport is being considered, Rosendale, Platkill, and obviously Socrates. Okay, does anybody ever heard about the New Jersey hazardous substance fact sheets? No, okay. At least I have been exposed to those. Essentially, it was information on hazardous substances prepared under right to know law for workers and residents who may be exposed at work or in their communities to hazardous substances. So on the left side, we have here health effects mostly for workers, and over there, as I said, emergency responders and a hazard summary. This was a rating from the New Jersey Department of Health, and FPA is the National Fire Protection Agency. So you have a health rating of 3 here, flammability 2, reactivity of 2. Reactivity, it's when it comes in contact with water, not necessarily a gallon of water, but humidity in the air as well. So something of concern, they are combustible and reactive, which means that they will burn and explode. They may ignite spontaneously in air, which means that they just can burst into flame. Poisonous gases are produced in fire. That's my personal rating. I give it a 5. And containers may explode in fire. Do not use water. That's for emergency responders. Poisonous gas, it's very dangerous because most of the time you're not going to see it. You can have serious health effect from that. And the gases are going to be going left and right according to the wind. So you got to be aware of what's going on. That's something important. You know, if you take your phone and look up the weather, here in Saugerties, you get the weather from a weather station that is way down at the airport in Poughkeepsie. So it's not exactly the weather around here that can be modified by the direction of the wind. Don't read all of that or try to read it. It's part of the information that is provided. I have one copy, but my recommendation, if you ever need information on hazardous substances, Google New Jersey hazardous substance fact sheet. Okay, there are pretty close to 2,000 fact sheets now, maybe a little bit above. Some of them are available in Spanish, the one with, you know, that are most currently used. Yes, you have a question there?
Exactly who is making these, because I don't think this has anything to do with energy, because, I mean, didn't they mention in their speech, was it a month ago or 2 weeks back, that there was a shortage of electricity out on Long Island? Didn't they say that?
I did not, this?
About Long
I
Island.
know they did, but I know people on Long Island, and there's no such thing, okay? I don't think this has anything to do with power. I think people are planting bombs around us to blow us up.
Okay, we're gonna have an open question and comment
Who
period.
is making these?
Can you
Yeah,
please?
we actually
Okay.
we actually don't
You're
know.
asking the batteries or the fact sheet?
Who's making them?
The
No,
battery.
what is them?
Huh?
What is them? Who's making the batteries? I don't know.
And you know what? Not only do the developer doesn't know either, they have not determined whose batteries they're gonna use or what kind of batteries they're gonna use. It's a TBD. They want a blank slate to lock it in. Who knows, they may even just sell the whole project to somebody, we don't even know who it might even be. And then they'll decide what it's gonna be. So we have no idea really, and they have no idea.
Okay, I'm gonna ask that we hold questions and comments till Eve is done, and then we're gonna, after that, we're gonna have an open comment period for everyone.
I think it's the grade above. Okay, little warning about the Superfund Amendment and Reauthorization Act, Title 3, Section 312. That's a law that has been on the books for 40 years about. And it requires when a facility has hazardous substances on site to report their inventory to state and local authorities. And it's due every year. They have a threshold over 10,000 pounds. That threshold here is much less than what will be on site. So the companies bringing those batteries on site will have to do a reporting of what's gonna be there. The reports are going to the State Emergency Response Commission, the local emergency planning committee. I don't know if we have one. In Saugerties, we should. It should be associated with the local fire department. What's important, that is required, is the chemical names, safety data sheets similar to this, that is being prepared by the manufacturer. Quantities on site, how they are being stored, where they are going to be stored in our facility, and mostly an emergency plan. If you were at that March 5th, February 5th introduction, time flies. They were saying, oh, we're gonna have an emergency plan. Yeah, they can have an emergency plan. It's required because they have dangerous stuff on site. Issues. The lithium cells are packed in modules, and modules are packed in containers. The containers that they are planning, the pictures that they had, or drawings, the containers are close to each other. Fire and explosion can propagate from cell to other cells and containers. And again, we have poisonous gases when there is a fire. Large quantities are present on site, and what's important to all of us here is the proximity to residences and businesses. I have a few maps. I love maps, so you're gonna have to indulge a little bit. Here on the left, that's about where the batteries are gonna be next to the CVS Plaza, that's what we call it, the Grand Union, and other stores here, including a few restaurants that are here. But here we have, from that point to the Central Hudson substation, a quarter of a mile. That's pretty close. So if you had poisonous gases going from here, regardless of, the wind, you may be posing problem for the substation, preventing workers to get access to it. Another quarter mile on the other side, same location here for the batteries, and this is the new development on North Street. Here you have Elm Street, North Street here, Elm Street is here. Half a mile direction. So here you go further, you reach Elm Street here, you would be at Market Street at this level. You're reaching Route 212, and you're going to see on the next slide, you're also reaching the thruway here. And you have all of those community manor place, I think it's called, right there.
Sorbity's Manor.
And quite a few down there. Here, that's a view to the west. Battery storage here, half a mile. You're reaching, this is the Sunoco gas station. You have 1 motel, 2 motel, 3 hotel here. And for those who know the area and follow the news in Saugerties, here you will have the largest development in Ulster County history right there, with possibly 2,700 residents. Okay, this is a different view from the Ulster County parcel viewer. That's everybody can access on a computer, that gives you information on the facilities, and you go half a mile, half a mile, half a mile. Same story up here, it's Peoples Road, and here on Route 32 you have the intersection with Moore Mill Road and the Cedar Grove Fire Department. What I liked about this picture is that it shows some